What's up, everybody? It's DJ Snead, creator and host of Let's Get Booked podcast, a show where I bring business owners on to promote their business and potentially get booked by people like you. You can expect to hear many different business owners on this podcast, from photographers to caterers to tax services to venue owners and live bands. Check out the link in the description or go to my website at djsnead.com and click podcast to learn more about the businesses you never knew you were looking for. Tell them the Snead sent you. Let's get booked.
I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait.
Yes, we are back. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to Let's Get Booked podcast with DJ Snead. Today's episode is very special because I'm bringing on an amazing couple whose wedding I had the honor of DJing. So we're going to relive their big day, talk about the music that made it unforgettable, and also share some behind-the-scenes moments you won't hear anywhere else. So whether you're planning your own wedding or you just love a good love story mixed with great music, you're in for a treat. So let's dive in. So on today's episode, I have the honor of bringing on with me Chris and Tori. Chris and Tori, welcome to the Let's Get Booked podcast. Look, in the crowd, they always go longer than they should go. So I got to tell them to calm down, all that good stuff. But you know what? It is always good to see people who I have had the honor of DJing. Thank you so much for coming on. Very special episodes for me because I'm able to catch up, hear about what you've been doing, and hear about, just get a glimpse into your life now that you're a married couple. And yeah, so let's go ahead and dive in if you don't mind. So how have you two been since your big day?
Good. We went to Hilton Head for a week after the wedding. It was great. We had perfect weather, no storms.
Right.
Still trying to get used to the work life, getting back into our routine, but
Yeah. Because it's so different, everything, Don't you hate that when people, the first thing they ask you is, well, how's it feel to be married
I'm
now?
like, the only thing that's weird is to say husband instead of fiance.
Right. So definitely get used to that.
I keep saying
for sure.
my brain is quiet. I don't have a lot of stress.
Exactly. You're not stressed out over deadlines and meeting with people and, yeah, that's pretty funny. So let me ask you this question. What's the biggest difference? And I hope you don't say much, but what's the biggest difference now that you're married? Is it just learning how to navigate? Have you guys had to do the go to the bank and get your bank accounts together as one? And
we haven't really done much different.
no.
I changed my name on Facebook.
Oh, you changed your name on Facebook. That's funny. And so you haven't had to legally change your name yet?
They actually, so
okay.
I sent in our marriage license, everything, and then once they got it, they called us, and she was like, what date did you get married? Because you didn't write it down. And I was like, I started panicking. Wow. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, no, it's fine. And she's like, you can pick up your official copies whenever. So I was like, oh my gosh. I thought I was going to mess everything up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got time. Don't think you got to do it, So let me ask you this. When you were planning your wedding, how important was music for you? I'm a DJ, so I'm always going to say music is the most important thing over flowers and cake and food and all that. But how important was music to you for your big day?
I feel like it was one of our priorities. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the weddings that we've gone to together or separately, like that's like how you have fun is the dancing, you know? As adults, you don't really get a lot of opportunities to dance, and like weddings are when you get to dance. So I feel like it was always
Right.
a priority
Right.
for us, as far as music.
And it like it sets the mood for
Awesome.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That I feel that
Yeah.
100%. And let me ask you this: what made you decide me as your DJ for your big day?
So
Do you remember?
I actually did like a lot of research. Not a lot. I mean, I researched all of our vendors, but there's so many wedding Facebook groups and stuff, and you can ask for advice, whatever. So I saw your name a couple times in there, but also we have two close friends that have used you, and they gave
Oh, okay.
amazing reviews. So that's really how. I mean, a lot of it was like hard to trust people that you don't know. So if someone you know
Right.
knows them and gives them a
Right.
good review, then you're like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. And then, yeah, that's how
Right.
we chose you. And,
Right.
yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. I remember when we first met, I always talk about
Oh,
expectations. Like, what's your expectation? I'm gonna give you mine, different things like that. So let me ask you this. The day of your wedding, do you remember the vibe you were searching for? And did that vibe, was it there?
I'd say 100%. Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
And
That's good to hear. And you know what? Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn because I tell people I know what I bring to the table when you book me, you know. But I think it's very important for other people to know that even if you're searching for a DJ right now for your wedding, just don't just pick somebody because they're in your price range, and or don't just pick somebody because that's who your mom or whoever said that you
Mhm.
should pick. I always say do your due
One,
diligence. Make sure you pick somebody that has the vibe that you're looking for, or like you said, you're highly
mhm,
recommended, or you've gone to their a
right.
wedding before and they were there and they rocked it or whatever it is. So you know, I appreciate it. So, and to the past couples that I had that recommended me, thank you for sure. I appreciate you and I love you. All right. So let me ask you this: was there a song or was there a moment on the dance floor that stood out most for you?
You can go first.
Um, it's hard to like pinpoint like one song, especially for me. I don't know about Chris. We've talked about it several times, but the day goes so fast. So it's like hard to like specifically remember the song. Um, I really liked when we did the photo and opened up the dance floor. And I just felt
Yeah,
like,
that was dope.
that was the first time in the night where I was like, I can just relax and party now. I can just dance. I don't have to worry about wearing these heels. I can just have fun with all my friends. I can
Right,
talk to everyone. Like,
right,
so I really like
right.
that. There was a moment where he played shot and all my coworkers are like,
Oh
"We
yeah.
have to take shots." And I'm like, "Okay, calm down."
So I actually
Yeah.
have a moment and a song. The moment would be when
Oh,
dance with my mom. That's something I'll
yeah,
never forget. And then the
yeah.
last song you played, "Country Road Take Me Home." That was yeah.
That's dope. You know, what I do remember, I just remember I remember the process, you know, because I'm a deep thinker, man. So I always think, you know, in retrospect and like always hope my number one goal is to always live up to the
Mhm.
expectations that I tell you or that you're looking for. But I do remember like the look on your face and just I felt like I had given you what you had asked for, what you needed, but I'll never forget. Um, there was a guy there. I forget his name. I know he told me his name, but we actually graduated from the same high
Nuh-uh.
school. It was crazy.
For
Yeah.
real?
And it was my man that was doing the
Oh,
uh
yeah. Uh-huh.
he was doing the the worm on the
Yeah, yeah,
dance
yeah.
floor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He had came on, he was like, "Man, you really you
He was
rocking
one
it.
of my
You rocking it." I'm
coworker
like, "Thank you,
questions.
man."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to him. Shout out
We've
to
been
him. So yeah,
prepping
that
him. I'm
was
like,
fun.
"You gotta do it. You gotta do it." Because I seen a video of him doing it some other time, and I'm like, "You gotta do it." And he was like, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it."
I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this. Did the night feel how you imagine it would feel? I tell couples all the time, the night is going to go so fast. Like for real, the day is so fast and it moves like you think it's going slow, but it's going very fast. So how did the night feel for you?
I feel like it went very fast. I know everyone says that, but until you experience it, you have no idea. Like, I feel like when I was walking down the aisle, it was like it was like almost an out of body experience. And then like after the, ceremony, it felt like it went way too fast. Like it was
Yeah.
fast. Yeah, it was crazy. Did it go fast for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like the pictures might have took up half.
We act
I think I seen some. No, the
Oh
pictures
my
were
gosh.
beautiful though.
We
Yeah,
were ahead of schedule all day, and that just, like, made me
yeah,
so happy. I was worried,
yeah,
about
yeah. The pictures were dope. I seen them.
timelines and stuff, but we did so well
Right,
before, and then, yeah, everything went super fast.
Exactly. Are you playing it?
right,
Yep.
right. That's
Mhm.
awesome. So let's go over to talk about the
Mhm.
process, right? So, how was the process of working with me before the wedding? And how was the planning, the communication? How did you feel about that? Was that
Oh, it
good?
was
Were
great. I
you
mean, from the time we booked you, it was really nice too because you didn't, we had to do a deposit, but then after that, we could pay you on our own schedule as long as everything was paid before. So, like, that really worked for us. That was a pro.
Yeah,
And then, when we were leading up to the wedding, once it got closer, we started having the meetings, which after we had that
yeah,
first Zoom call, I felt a whole lot better. I mean, you're really good at your job. Like, from the first meeting, I could tell, like, he's got it.
Mm,
I can relax a little. He's professional. He knows what he's
I appreciate
doing,
it.
like all the things, and kind of, puts all those fears kind of to rest. And yeah, it was like nice to know. We would go through it every time we got on Zoom. It was nice to know what we were doing when. So I think all of that was perfect and really good for me, type A. Um, but
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
we we loved that part. I mean, you don't do that with all your
I
vendors. I
appreciate
mean,
it.
we didn't do that with anyone else. So it's like, we got to know you, and I don't know, it was like,
Right, right. And I tell you this, I tell all my customers this the first conversation we have, like it's important that you get to know the person that you're putting in charge of the most important day or one of the most important days of your life. It's very important. You don't want some random person to just show up. You don't know nothing about them. They don't know nothing about you, and they just play music and then
right.
leave afterwards. Like you won't get this kind of dialogue
No.
afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely feel like it's very much needed, especially on my part, because I feel like I don't want it to be like after you guys have your wedding, you never hear or see from me again. And if you feel like that and you're watching and listening, I'm sorry. I want to make that better. So reach out to me. But yeah, and it's always good to see people and just learn from your day and your experience. And, this is the way I get a living testimonial. This is
Mhm.
pretty cool. So awesome. Awesome.
Let's get booked.
All right. So let me ask you this. What was it like having DJ Snead as your DJ on the actual day?
It was awesome. Um, it was, I mean, I can't even explain it sometimes. gotten so many compliments on our wedding. Specifically, even we went and saw Chris's parents this past weekend in Southern Ohio, and his dad was even telling us how awesome you were. And I was like, he's like not social at all. So I'm like, you talk to him? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I've had so
That's
many,
awesome.
my coworkers have complimented, like everything went so well. And like, we owe a lot of that to you because it's important. You keep the day going, you tell everyone where to be. So, I mean, it was awesome. 10 out of 10 recommend, honestly. I mean, I don't think it could have gone any better. Like,
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And folks, I am not
yeah,
paying them
no,
to believe me. I'm broke, so
no.
so
Well, I even,
I really,
towards the
really,
end of the night, I was like, I was like, that really went well. It went well? Like, I was like shocked how well it went because I'm like, nothing went bad. Like, that's my luck,
nothing,
that something would
nothing.
pop up. But no, it was
Right.
crazy. It was,
I love it. I love it. And let me ask you this. Do you feel that the music that was played at your wedding reception was a reflection of your personalities? And was it what you wanted? Was it what your friends wanted, your friends
no,
and family?
yeah, I think so.
Like the playlist thing that you sent us. I think the music that we submitted,
Or how it played.
yeah,
Yeah, it
was-
definitely matched our vibe. And I think you could tell by the way how many people were dancing and everyone was
Yeah.
having so much
Yeah.
fun that it was matching the vibe. There was
Love it.
several dance
Love it.
battles.
Oh yeah, I seen them. I definitely seen those. Yeah. If a friend reached out to you and said, "Hey, what's it like to have DJ Snead at your wedding?" What would you tell them? What would be the answer there?
I would say it was awesome. And like I said, I recommend. Um, and just like this, like you said, it's not like one and done. Never see you, never talk to you. I feel like we got to know you in the meetings, and like it was just an overall great experience. And I mean, like, speechless.
I appreciate it. It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love. So if you look back on your wedding day, what's the funniest or what's the most unexpected thing that happened during your wedding?
I don't know. There were so many.
I'd say for me would be getting into a dance battle with my mother-in-law. That was awesome.
Or I like when my
That was
mom
good.
was dance battling everyone, and I'm just, or what, one of my favorite things, and I was just talking about this too, because of course I'm like looking at the pictures and videos every single day. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so funny to see people that never met each other hugging in the background of picture,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
dancing with each other, or having conversation. Like, I just thought that was so cool. And then there's so many photos like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
these two don't know each other. Like, they just met today. Like, there's no way they would know each other until now. And like, I introduced them, and they're like having a great time together. So I thought
Yeah.
that was like really awesome and really cool to see.
Yeah.
Um,
See, and that's the ultimate example of we're
Yeah.
all family
Mhm.
here. Like nobody's
Yeah.
strangers. It don't matter if you're here for Chris or if you're here for Tori. We're here
that
together
was
as
one of
one.
the
That's
coolest
the ultimate
things to
example.
see, honestly. Um,
Yeah.
and just like you said, you knew someone there, and like
Yeah.
Chris's dad again, he was mentioning how he was like, the guy with the mustache, and the girl in the green dress could really dance, and like those are my coworkers, so I'm sitting there with them, and he was like, he was pretty cool. We talked a little bit, and I was like, that's cool, like we've still been talking
Yeah.
about the wedding like every week.
I love it. I love it.
Let's get booked.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Let's Get Booked has been brought to you by Be Fresh. So if you're looking for a deep cleaning or a touch-up you've been putting off in your home or your business space, I'm talking about from top to bottom, all the cobwebs, ceiling fans, get the insides wiped out of your baseboards, beautifully clean floors, everything else in between. Contact the beautiful people over at Be Fresh so they can meet and exceed all of your cleaning needs. So check this out. Text or call 614-398-1275, or you can email befreshcleaning, the number 8 at gmail.com. Once again, text or call area code 614-398-1275, or you can email befreshcleaning, the number 8 at gmail.com. So you mentioned the code Let's Get Booked, and you can receive 10% off of your first service. Once again, mention code Let's Get Booked, and you can receive 10% off your first service.
Let's get booked.
All right, so I'm back with Tori and Chris. It's been so great just to catch up with you two and get some insights from you about your day and different things like that. Let me ask you this. Why do you think a DJ is such an important part of a wedding?
I mean, if you think about it, the DJ kind of sets the tone, sets the vibe, and gets the party started. So I mean,
Also, like I mentioned before, like you're telling where to people to go. You're releasing tape. You are basically in control. Once the ceremony's over, it's all in your hands to release for dinner, get the party started, announce the first dance, announce the grand entrance. Like there's so many things. Like those are all important. Like if you didn't have you, like no, we would be, yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird without an MC. But yeah, they essentially run the show after the ceremony.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and they get the vibe, they get the party started, and I think most of the time, like when I look back at weddings I've been to, like I usually remember most like how if I had fun or not. Like did we dance? Was there a lot of
Yeah.
people dancing? So that goes straight back
Yeah.
to the DJ.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this when we first met, and I tell all my couples, my number one job is at the next family function, whether that be on a holiday, somebody's birthday, whatever. My goal is to still have them talking about
Yeah.
your big day. So as we start to trend into the holiday season, I hope everybody is still talking about your big day. I really, that's
Yeah.
my goal. I hope
At
they
this
still
point,
do.
we talk about it every weekend with people that we've seen. So we were talking about that at work
That's
today.
awesome.
Like, we just talk about it every day, it seems like.
Yeah.
And we had a
Yeah.
video first, so when we
Um,
get that footage back, I'm sure we'll relive it all again.
right, for sure. So is there anything that you would like to share about your wedding, like your journey, your experience working with me? It's kind of a twofold question. And then also, if you could describe your wedding night in 3 words, what would that be?
Okay. So the first question, advice, who said, one of my friends, she's in the wedding planning, and I told her last week, I said, don't worry about stuff that gets thrown away. Stamps, invitations, envelopes. Who
Yeah.
cares? All that's going to end up in the trash.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was like something stupid that I feel like I worried about in the beginning, and then I'm like, this is dumb. Second question was,
Describe your night in 3
Oh.
words.
3 words. That's hard. Fun, beautiful,
Fun,
and
beautiful.
memorable.
Memorable. Love it.
I'd say I would just add lit. The beautiful and rumble. Gotta add lit.
You guys.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was definitely lit. Believe me, it was. And so let me end with this one. Now that you're married, can you just give a word of advice to couples out there that are looking to get married? So, what would be something that you would recommend to newly engaged couples that are currently planning their wedding?
Research your vendors, all of them, your venue, all of them. I see, I'm still in these wedding groups and there's still people getting scammed. I'm like, how could you be scammed? There's so many outlets
Yeah.
to research your vendors. I mean, I remember setting up catering. I had like 4 different caterers and I would list all the pros and cons. Like I did so much research, which was annoying, but there are some pros and cons, but definitely do a lot of research. Um, I would list a couple things that are most important to you and, budget out like what you're willing to spend on certain things. I mean, I did not care about real flowers. I know some people do, but I did not. So, we chose to get a videographer, things like that. I think making choices between you and your partner on like what's important to you, I think that's really a big part of it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, look, Chris, Tori, I really appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much. It has been just great catching up with you, getting to hear and see you. And thank you once again. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be a part of your special
My mom
day.
was like, "Can I go on there
Yeah,
too?"
thank
And I'm
you.
like, I said, "Oh."
Hey, tell mom I love her. Tell mom I love her. She was fun, for real.
She couldn't walk the
For
next
real.
day. I mean, she could, but she was like, "Oh, my back is so sore." I was like, "Because all that
Well, that
dancing
lets
you
me know
did."
how much fun she did have. Amazing.
Yep.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Let's Get Booked. Once again, I want to thank Chris and Tori for joining me. Thank you so much, and stay safe. Listen, I'm always here if you need me. I appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been another episode of Let's Get Booked. I am DJ Snead, and we will tap in and we will see everybody and talk to you here soon. All right, let's get booked.
I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today, cause tomorrow can't wait. I'm gon' find me a play, I'm gon' find me a play. I'm gon' find it today.